going to be drawing and painting a tiny painting of a little cowboy. So this is what they call an aceo, which is a card size collectible artwork. I've had a little bit of success with these, so it's been a bit of fun. So I thought I would do another one. So this is 2.5 inches by 3.5 inches. So it is tiny. But I thought I'm going to try and draw a little cowboy. I did one the other day and it was lots of fun. Even though he's super duper tiny, I thought, you know what, I'm going to try and do another one. Because I like doing these little tiny landscapes, little tiny farmscapes, sort of cowboyscapes. It's good fun. So I thought, oh, actually I've already done him too big. I've got to be careful because, yeah, the proportions can be a bit strange. I've just got to get my stream up so I can see it. Go away, there we go. It's going to make him a little bit smaller. Just a little. There we go. And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to draw in the horse's shape. I'll make him tiny. He's going to be tiny. Now his head and his neck are the same length. His body's 1.5 times his neck, 1 and a bit. So that's 1 and a little bit. That. Tidy up the shapes as I go. I need to leave enough room for the cowboy to sit on him. Now his leg is the same length as his head. So if you do, like I measure the head with my fingers and I go there. So from his elbow to his fetlock, which is his lowest joint, is the same length. Just going to rough in the shapes. He's so little. I'm going to draw some cattle as well. So I'm a glutton for punishment. So I'll draw our little cowboy. His pony, so his legs come down to about there. Now his body is the same length as the horse's head pretty much, his torso. So I'll just rough that in like that. And then he's looking away, but I had so much trouble with the cowboy's head the other day. So I'm going to have him looking at the cattle. Like that. Make that hat a tiny bit smaller. I've got it a bit big. That. Got to delete that. Delete. Remove the hat just for a second. Make it littler. There we go. Like that. He's got put a little scarf on him. His shirt like that. His back's to us a little bit. Let's go thin him out a bit. I made him a bit thick. So we'll make him a bit smaller, like that. Can't really see the detail of his saddlery and his bridle and everything, but I'll pop a little bit. I've got to draw his legs. Like that. The back of the saddle like that. Draw a saddle blanket like that. He's got a surcingle and a girth. Alright. I'm going to draw his bottom in. I'm not happy with the saddle. That looks weird. So I'll fix that up. them little chaps on in a minute. There we go. Now he's walking, so that leg's away. Got to remember the directions that the legs go, because when they're walking, these legs come together. So inside, outside leg to outside leg meet there, like that. Some animals walk laterally with two legs on one side, but horses don't. Horses walk so inside leg to inside leg. I'll just draw him walking along like that. His tail like that. The rein like that. Give him a little breastplate. Okay, so that's the little horse pretty much sketched in. I'm going to make him a coloured horse, so he's going to be a pinto, which means he's got spots on him. There's a few different colours. I've done the neck a bit, maybe neck's a fraction long. So head, the neck are the same length, the body's a little bit longer. Give him a patch. Bottom like that. I'll draw. Have I got any cattle pictures? Draw some cattle. Gotta find a picture of cattle. Just gonna Google because I think I want to draw cattle in there. So let's go to Pinterest. Let's just look up cattle. Cattle. Just want to see some cattle walking. Let's just go cattle. Cattle. And see what pops up. I can use them as a reference. Just do them walking alongside him. Just got to find something that's basic. I'm going to go cattle herd. I won't do a whole herd, but all right, that'll do. I can use those as a reference. So they'd be a little bit smaller than the horse. Got sort of triangular heads. Yeah, I don't like that already. Maybe I want them off. Maybe I won't worry about cattle. I'm undecided now. He might just be a cowboy. But then again, I want to do cattle. So I will, but I've just got to find the right picture to use as a reference. Well, that's a little bit better. They're Brahman cattle. They're an Australian type. Don't know whether they've got Brahmans overseas or not, but we've definitely got them here. They live really well out in our out back. Hang on just a second. Cowboy and cattle. See what comes up. So I'm just searching for a reference. I should have had this beforehand, shouldn't I? But anyway. Just want to find one of them just ambling along. Oh, there we go. That'll do. That's a good one. Just do them in the background. Oh, he's a bit big. Cattle are a little bit smaller. Won't worry about his horns just yet. Just draw his body in. Should have drawn the cattle in the front, shouldn't I? It doesn't matter. I'll draw him with little horns. He's got his colour on there, like that. They've got quite flat backs. I'll draw another one sort of next to him. They're all going to blend in. You won't see his body, you'll just see I'll do another one here, sort of here. He'll be disappearing off beside the horse. Like that. With short stumpy legs, so you can get all kinds of cattle with all different heights and stuff. We'll do him. He doesn't have horns, we won't worry about that. Alright, I'm not happy with that one behind him, but I'm going to change that a little bit. I mean, I can adjust these pictures as I go anyway. As I add colour, I'll just do the basic shapes. And the ponies are little, the horses. All right, that'll do. And in the background, I'm just gonna, not even gonna really do much of a background. I'm just gonna screenshot that cow so I've got his colours. Pop some grass. Looks like they're walking along in the grass. He's a black, he looks like an Angus. Actually, I'm going to do this one. I'm going to screenshot that one as well because I like that colour. Whoops. So I'm just mixing and matching my references. Cows are important, but they're not the main focus. The horses are, or the cowboy is rather. All right, that'll do. And I'm just going to do just a normal, like, plain background, just paddock. I can do more cattle out there, just little blibby blobs. The herd. If I can make them smaller. So I'm just going to do, see how we go. I'm just going to do this. So that it looks like there's animals in the background. But I don't want to do too much focus on them. It's half the trick to creating an illusion is you don't have to fuss so much on the detail because they literally are just little blibby blobs. And working this tiny, it's probably, I'm a glutton for punishment because I'm making it hard on myself by doing so much detail in a tiny picture, but that's okay. So we're going to start with the colour now. We'll see how this goes. We'll start with the colour. Okay, so I am going to start with the sky. I'm going to grab a slightly bigger brush. I'm going to go to my size 6, if I can find it. It's an 8, but that'll do. 8 will do. Give it a wash. And I'm going to do the sky. I'll do the sky in first. So I'm just going to go cobalt blue. Bit of white. Clean your brush. Bit of white. I'll pop the sky in. First of all. First and foremost, pop the sky in. Get a bit more moisture on my brush. There we go. I'll give him nice dramatic clouds, because why not? And this will be for sale on my eBay, which I'm not sure how to stick a link in yet, but I'll figure it out. See if I can find a link after the stream and pop it in the description in my YouTube. All right, I'll continue around. And there we have very basic sky background. I'll pop in some clouds. Because why not? I'll get a bit more on my brush. Oh, that's still damp. Pop in some little clouds. That helps to create a little scene. Hello, Jeremy. I'm good. How are you, mate? How are you? I'll do another tiny, I sold one of these yesterday, so I'm like, you know what, I'm going to do another one. It's a tiny little cowboy scene for a bit of fun. So now the grass is all brown, so I'm just going to go in pretty much with a bit of yellow ochre, or maybe a bit of burnt sienna. Bit of sienna. And I'll add a bit of white to it to lighten it off. That's not right. Okay, so maybe I'll go bit yellow ochre. That's not yellow ochre, what's that one? That's raw sienna. Bit of raw sienna and a bit of white, because I find yellow ochre looks a bit green. Working on a comic sketch, nice. I'm just going to cut around these little cattle carefully. I can go over their legs a little bit, but I need to make that a little bit lighter. A bit more white in there. I'll draw his head in after. I've lost the cow's head. Not to worry. I'll cut around this little guy. They're not the focus. They just need to be a suggestion. How's my day? It is good. It's 8 a.m. in the morning. I've been down, sent one painting off to its new owner, and done some housework. And I've got to go to normal work later. But I thought I'm just going to do a little painting first. Then I can go off and do my normal day's work. But I just wanted to get a stream in. I do have a cow in there, but I'm going to paint him out. I don't want him. Decided. I'm going to get rid of that little cow that's just in there. Just have these two next to the horse. And do a bit of grass in the foreground. Sounds pretty good so far then. Yeah, always good, mate. Always good. No complaints whatsoever. What about your day, mate? How's your day been? Because it's Tuesday morning here now. Pretty good. Awesome. Glad to hear. Made those cattle quite blocky looking. But I will make that a bit more, I'll add a bit of grassy texture and a bit of green and a bit of something as I go. I'm going to add a bit of grass texture down here. I'm just going to pop in the basics. So it gets greener towards the foreground, dark, like more detail in the foreground. So I'm going to make a little bit of a green. Make a little bit of a green, go a bit of yellow, a bit of green, a bit of blue. Been drawing all day, mostly. Nice. That is very good. We do love drawing. It's going to add a bit of yellow ochre actually and make it different, slightly different, more of a natural browny green. Oops. Thank you for the follow, Flower. Thank you so much. So continue on. This little bit of green texture. See, I had that green there way too rich. I'll come down. I'm going to, the horse is going to be a paint and the cattle are red and brown. They're like a Hereford, which is a type of cow. All right, or type of cattle, I should say. I'll add some little browns in as well. And hello, how are you? The drawing's amazing. Thank you very much. It's very, very small. I freak myself out with the littleness of them, but it's good fun. I've been doing these aceos, which so they're card size, like swap card size, like your collectible cards, and it's great fun. But gee whiz, they're little. But you know what? I am finding it. I have to say, a little bit less intimidating than full size because it's so little. You can't focus on too much detail. You've got to simplify things. So it's fun. It's a fun journey. It's going to pop in some darker shadows in the foreground. I'm going to do them in grass texture. Like that. And are you an artist, Flower, or what's your thing? I've got a mixture of gamers, artists, you name it, who are my mates here on the channel. So I'm very lucky. I've got it because I love games as well. So I've got a mixture of different categories of friends in all different categories across the creating genre. I am going to do, I've got to do some browns. I've got to get some browns in here. I'm going to go a bit of burnt umber. I want to just strengthen up some browns because maybe not that dark. Maybe I'll go add a bit of white to that. Just beige it off a bit. Beige it off. That greyed it off actually, didn't it? That's not bad though, because they're moving them from a non-grassy paddock to a grassy paddock. So that's fine. We can do a bit of browny grey. I'm just going to move my chat so it's off my cow. Hang on just a second. I was going to move that over there so that way they're not interfering with the picture. So I want to add a pale green. So I'm going to go green and I'm going to add some white to it and see what that does. See if that gives me a pale enough green that I want. Yeah, that's not bad. So I want to mix up all the colours in the foreground. Background doesn't matter so much. And I've got to strengthen up the shadows directly underneath. I love to draw. I've been drawing for a few years now, almost all my life. Love playing games too. Awesome! Awesome, awesome. Yes, I've drawn pretty much all my life and now I'm old. But you know what, it's good fun. It's just good for the soul. Okay, I'm not going to worry about the background. I'm going to leave that. Actually, no, I will. I'm going to do a shadow. He needs a shadow. So I'm going to use my indigo. I'm going to clean my palette a little bit because I've got already filled my palette with all the different colours. But yes, I've drawn most days for 50 years. So, and I love drawing. It's like if I'm feeling stressed, pick up a pen, I feel happy straight away. Drawing is calming for me. Very calming. Okay, so now I'm going to go in this cow. I'm going to do the cow. They're the Hereford coloured. So they're going to be red-brown. So I'm going to go in with my burnt sienna, first of all. Drawing is just amazing. Your imagination goes wild. Yes. Like I use references, but I do tend to, like I'll use 5 or 6 different references and create my own piece. I just use them for like colours and getting ideas for composition. But generally, like I'm not what you'd call a drawer from imagination. Like, you know how people can design dragons and all that sort of fun stuff. I'd love to be able to do that, but my brain doesn't work that way. I work from nature, but I invent my own little scenes. So it's sort of imaginative. But I've got to do it. Oh, there's the horse's leg is back there. And I've got to do the cow's leg back there. Okay, so that's his basically. I've got to do his little blob for his eye. Like that. I'll go back in with a bit more detail in a minute. I'm going to do this one the same. Because all these guys amazingly, it's amazing how similar the cattle's colours are. They really do. Like, with the exception of their belly marks, they're very similar. So I can give him a bit more of a colour onto there. Just bear with me for a second. I'm just going to blow my nose. Excuse me for a second. I've had a cold for weeks and it's hanging on. It's driving me crazy. Okay, now, can't seem to shake it. So, grab my paint again. I'm going to go straight back in. Now, these little ones in the background, they're disappearing off. I'm just, woo, God, I made him a bit strange, but that's okay. I'm just literally going to blob colours in the background. Because these ones, they'll hold your attention, but they're not meant to draw your attention back. Your brain should just trick you into seeing them. So they're just going to be little illusions of cattle. What kind of cattle do ghosts like for their birthday? That's what I do, but I also use it for my judge based on time. Yes, cool, yes. Yeah, I'm very much using references, but then invent my own scene. Like, you'll never find this photo anywhere on earth because it just doesn't exist. But I've picked out the colours from one lot of cattle, the shapes from another lot of cattle. The cowboy's another dude. And see, and those cattle, there's nothing to those little cattle, but they look like cattle, don't they? I love that. That's fun. And I love that you can create the effect of something, but it's not necessarily there. Hang on. What kind of cake do ghosts like for their birthday? Ice cream cake. Oh, ghosts! I don't know what the hell I thought I read then, but it wasn't ghosts. I love cows with dots and black dots. Cows, they're really pretty. Oh, my God. Do you know longhorn cattle in America? Oh, my God, they're beautiful. I love the Texas Longhorns, I think they are, and they've got the dots. They're white with the tan dots and black dots. Oh, my goodness, they're beautiful animals. Yes, I love them. We mostly have Herefords, Murray Greys. We have Angus, lots of Angus, and lots of grey cattle, actually. We've got our Brahmins, which are they've got a massive big hump on their back. They're wild, the Brahmin bulls. They use them a lot in rodeos. They're amazing animals. They're beautiful. Change up the colour a little bit. the shadow sides of these. Cows are so pretty. They are absolutely beautiful. I'm excited. We're about to get some. I live on a farm. We haven't had cattle for a few years, but we're getting some again. So I'm very excited because I do love them. So we're going to get some cattle, get some sheep. I've got chickens, but we're going full farm mode. So, but we'll get some. We might even get some Murray Greys actually. If you Google Murray Grey, they're really pretty. Okay, so I'm just going to pop in. I haven't got a reference for these little guys. I'm just literally doing blobs of colour. Got to be a bit careful. I just want them to look. I shouldn't do too much definition on them. He hasn't got a head. I've got one of my cows hasn't got a head. Why did the cowboy go out and buy himself a dachshund? I don't know. Why did the cowboy go and buy himself a dachshund? DP is anyone in chat, Grey DP is my joking friend. He's my dad joke friend. He has all the dad jokes. And they're always really bad, but they're always really good. Especially dogs. Dogs are so many different colours. Yes. My goodness, they are. Absolutely. And now I'm going to do the shadows. I'm going to use indigo. I'm going to use indigo for the shadows because we like indigo as a great, cool shadow colour. He heard someone singing Get Along, Little Doggy. Oh, my God, Deepy, that's so bad. But I laugh because it's so bad. And I've never heard that one. There's so many that I've heard and I haven't. You keep coming out with ones I've never heard. My goodness, grolly gosh, gee whiz. Okay, now the horse, which was meant to be the focus, but all of a sudden I'm really enjoying the cattle. I've got to draw this. None of these cattle up the back have heads, so I need to draw their little heads in. God knows how I'm going to do it, but anyway, I'm going to have to give them a little line under their chins, I think. I'm just going to have to give them a little bit of something like they just made them all look a bit more weird. How on earth am I going to do? Okay, we'll figure this out. I'm just going to pop. Oh, there we go. I'm just literally giving them pure white little blobs. Because I've done a lot of watercolour as well, so I tend to leave the white of the paper. I keep forgetting that I can use white paint. There we go. I am going to get someone say that my cows look wrong, because they do. I had that last time. I had this person come on and they're like, oh, everything's really good except for your cows. So I'm like, right, challenge accepted, paint more cows. Oh, excuse the snorkel. But, yeah, it's like, okay, fine, I'll paint more cows. Challenge accepted. We had a bit of a laugh about it, but anyway. Oh, goodness. Okay. So those cows, something's happened with this one's head. I best fix that. Excuse me being all coffee. I'm so sorry, peeps. It's going to change the shape. This one needs a bit more of I don't even know what happened to his head, but we're fixing it. I'm going to go over it with some grass and then I'll paint on a new head because that's how we roll around here. When in doubt, blot it out and paint it again. It's like, my goodness. Oh, God. Consistency is key, and I have this joke that I'm consistently inconsistent. There we go. He's got a head. Woohoo. We did it. A cow with a head. Who'd have thought it? This one has a poop head. I've got to fix his little head. Give him more of a nose. There we go. This one doesn't have a nose either, but now he does. Look at that. Cattle with heads. Who'd have thought it? Okay, so we're going to paint in some white. Because I haven't really painted cattle. So, oh, you know what the bizarre thing? I did flowers yesterday and they did really well on YouTube. And it's amazing. The paintings that I like, people don't like. The paintings I don't like, people love. I'm like, really? It's interesting. Personal what do you call it? I'm just going to darken up the shadows on this cow's leg. And I'm going to give him little dark eyes. Tiny little eyeballs like that. I'm not going to worry about the background one's eyeballs. Yay heads. I know, yay heads. The world needs them. Without heads, you can't find your way around. You can't eat. And if you can't eat, you can't poop. And if you can't poop, you die. So everyone needs heads because they serve a purpose. Because I found the connection. Yay heads. Yeah. I'm having a crazy day. Can you tell? I'm tired. I haven't slept well. So I've got the tired sillies. As you do. I call it the tired sillies, but yes. Pop his little nose in. Little nose. They haven't got ears. Do they need ears? They probably need ears, don't they? I need to do in some ears. We're feeling eerie, so we're going to pop in some ears. Literally, like, that's not an ear. That's an ear. There's an ear. Well, pretend those are ears. They don't look like everyone has a day of that. Yes. Mine all tend to join together, though. I have, like, many days that do that to me. Today's a particularly interesting one. So this afternoon's going to be fun because when I get sillier as the day goes on. And, yes, and it's only just begun. So I feel sorry for my family. I work with my kids. My poor son-in-law's going to be rolling his eyes at me because he's going to be like, oh, no, she's having a mad day. Run. Okay, so I'm going to do, what colour shirt am I going to give him? I don't know. What colour shirt do I give my cowboy? I'm going to give him a blue shirt, a grey shirt. No? Oh, what colour? Okay, what colour shirt am I giving him? I have a cowboy in my reference who's wearing a white shirt. No cowboy on earth would wear a white shirt droving. No way. I've known too many cowboys and they all wear blues or grey, so it's going to have to be a blue or a grey. Because dirt, you don't want to be showing up the dirt. So we're not going to show up the dirt. Lurking to go eat? Absolutely. Enjoy your food. I'm going to give him a fawn colour. I'm going to go sienna. We're going a lot of sienna here. Sort of cattle colour. We might have to change that. Because he looks, oh no, it's a little bit, yeah, no. But no, it's got to be a different colour. What colour am I going to give his shirt? Blue. We'll go blue. We'll go blue. We'll go like a teal. I do know cowboys who wear teal. My father-in-law was a cowboy, an Australian cowboy, drover, we call him. And it's always working with cattle and horses and doing all the things and going to the cattle sales and we call them drovers, not cowboys. Okay, so having a quick look. I'm going to give him a black hat. Just got to get the very tip of my brush. The very tip, because this whole picture is only 2.5 inches by 3 inches. So that's bloody tiny. Now, I've got to find another reference for his legs. I'm going to give him blue jeans. Give him blue jeans. Go the cobalt blue and white. Get a bit of white. Make it enemy colour. Go the jeans. Like that. He's got very long legs, but that's okay. Okay, we'll do a bit of darker shadowing. Go a bit of pure cobalt. Back. Doesn't need to be all the way down. I don't want to make it solid. Now the skin tone is pink and I want to go a bit of cad red. Can't ever remember. Red, a bit of yellow. Red and yellow. A bit more red. Oh, that's way too much. Hang on. A bit more yellow. I'm just going to take it up here. I just want to get, and I might add a bit of white to that. That's an apricot-y kind of colour. I'll soften it a little bit more. And it's not terribly visible, like it's incredibly faint. I just need to suggest skin tone, like that. And then I'll pop some hair in. I'll give him dark hair. Go a bit of brown hair. Give him some brown hair. Like that. And I'm just going to leave it at that. I am not doing any more than that. Okay, that's enough for Mr. Cowboy, but I'm going to give him his shoes. He's got brown shoes. Give him burnt umber shoes. I could probably almost paint those in last because, and I've got to draw the saddle. And he's got his cinch there and his girth there. Just having a quick look at the saddle. Then he's got a saddle pad. Okay, that's his saddle. Okay, now this horse is actually a chestnut as well. Oh my goodness, I picked a great colour. So I'm going to change him to a brown pinto. Or am I? Or am I? What am I going to do? What am I going to paint him? What colour? Let's have a look at all my horses that I've got. Be bay. You can be a bay. We'll go brown. We'll go burnt umber. I'm just going to clean off one of my pallety spots. So this is what I make it up as I go. Go at like a chocolatey brown. I can add a bit of blue to that to darken it up. I'm just going to draw in, block in, and he's a pinto, so he's got patches of colour. But I want him different to the cattle. That. A patch here. Down onto his leg. Have a patch down here. Actually had a couple of pintos and they're really great horses. I had one paint. He was an American import. He was beautiful. All right. And he had white legs coming down here. So I'm pretty much doing Dylan's markings, which was our old horse. Do the brown down onto his legs like that. And they have dark tail. So I can draw I've got to change his bottom shape a little bit. Like that. And his tail comes out like that. And then swirls around. Like that. There we go. Okay. Now, I am going to, I've got to add a bit of a darker brown for his mane and his tail. So I'm going to add a bit of indigo to my burnt umber. Just to give him a darker mane and tail. Like that. A little forelock, which is what they call the fringy bit at the front, the bangs on the front. All right. Now I'm going to draw his little bridle in. And for that, I'm actually going to use, whoops, didn't mean to do that. Because he's got a one-ear bridle on. Just like that. And I'll pop his little rein. I'll use a bit of ochre and a bit of white for the leather, I think. A bit of ochre and a bit of white. Just to pale that off a little bit. Just clean that up. Got to get that all off my brush because otherwise it's going to turn it green and I don't want that. So I go yellow ochre, not yellow ochre. What is it? It's raw sienna and white to make a pale leather colour. I've got to get my finer brush. Go back to my size 4 now. Okay. A quick look. I'm going to add a little bit of a darker underneath the rein onto the chest plate. That holds the saddle from slipping. Now his saddle pad is brown, but I'm going to do it. I might do him a bluish grey saddle pad. I'll do him a dark blue saddle pad. Because why not? Like that. A bit of difference, just something to pop a bit of colour. I'll do a little bit of indigo in the shadow areas on the saddle. Just creates a little bit of the darker bit. All right. Now, having a quick look. I'm going to add a little bit of warmth to that brown. I'm going to add a touch of red brown onto this horse, just to create a little bit. Now he's got, his other leg comes down there, so I'll pop that in. And see, I missed a leg. I'd notice that later and be so upset if I'd forgotten his leg. Does happen occasionally when you get so many legs and things going on in different directions, because the cow's leg overlaps with the horse's leg. So you cannot forget the horse's leg. So I'll pop that back in with white, like that. Okay. I'm going to pop a little highlight for the horse's eye. A little bit of pink for his nose. Just go into pre-existing colours I've got on my palette. Like that. I can add some light blue, like the sky blue, for the shadows on the horse. So he's not just one flat. Because he does have shadows on his underside. So I just use the sky colour for the shadows on the horse. There we go. Quick look, he's looking all right. I'm not, that leg's looking a bit thick. Go back to the earthy colour. Tidy that up. Just want to pop that in there. Having a quick look. I'm going to add some shadow colours to these cattle, just under their tummies. They need a bit of okay. There's big little cows in the background. They've worked out okay. All right. I am going to grab a bit more of this sky colour. Just for the shadows on the cattle. Not just flat white. They do have little shadow bits. Help define their shape a little bit. There we go. Okay, I think we're good. I reckon that's looking pretty cool. I'm going to do some more clouds. I'm going to tidy up the clouds. Needs a bit more cloud action going on up there. Do a bit more of a shadow on this cow's leg there. Got to try and get a bit of green. Go a bit of a stronger green maybe. Bit of a stronger green. In some of the grassy bits. Get some more moisture on my brush. All right, having a quick look. All right, I've got to try and got to fix up that leg. Got to go pure white. Fix up my horse. I know I shadowed out that, but I've got to add it back. It just needs it, I think. There we go. That helps to give that a little bit more definition again. Right, I reckon I'm quite happy with that. I don't know that I'm going to do a whole lot more. I've got to head off to work. What do you reckon, peeps? I reckon he's not far from done. I think I'm quite happy with it. For a little tiny sketch, 2 inches by 3.5 inches, tiny. Just add a little bit of a highlight, a little bit of reflection on his mane and his tail. Add a bit onto the white of that cow and this one. They do seem to have a little bit of white on their shoulders as well, these little Herefords. It's got to soften up these shadows a little, made them a little bit stark. All right. And I'm going to go a light blue. Ooh, that's green. I don't want a green, gee whiz. Okay, go blue and white for the shadow. I do have to, just the backs, just the top and the back. Just want a little bit. That's not enough. Got to go a bit stronger. Like that. There we go. All right. A little bit of shadow under here. All right, I reckon I'm going to call that. So I'm going to sign that down in the bottom corner. I'm going to go sign it with green, matches the grass. The name, my signature. The date is 2026. And this will be for sale on my eBay later today, which I will try and find a link to pop in the description below. 2.5 inches by 3.5 inches she is. Oops. Ooh. Okay, doesn't want to stay. I'll just leave that there. Like that. So thank you for watching, everyone. It has been lots and lots and lots of fun. I will be back tomorrow for another one. I'll see. That shows you the size of it. Have I got my measuring doodah? I haven't got my tape measure. Oh no, I do. There we go. Look. So, yeah, she's 3.5 inches by 2.5 inches. So perfect size. Lots of fun. Hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you tomorrow for another one. No idea what I'm going to paint. This was a lot of fun. But I will see you all next time. Have a great day, night, whatever it is, wherever you are. And I'll see you all for the next one. Okie dokie, guys and girls. I'll catch you next time.